we've completed the task. We've made it to the end of another year in the peak TV era. Congrats! In a time-honored tradition, we gather and decide what was the best stuff we watched in the previous 12 months. It used to be simpler, didn't it? We had a manageable amount of content to sort through each year, rather than the constant barrage of shows from Disney+, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO, and other networks. Making any top 10 list in 2021 is exceedingly difficult, but I've done it. I've also seen it all, people. If any single performer deserves a special mention, it's difficult to argue that it hasn't been the year of Jean Smart. There was Hacks and the Mare of Easttown, as well as the Jean Smart Awards campaign. Pure brilliance. But you can't rely on just one great character actress, so neither of those titles took the top spot. There were also fantastic miniseries, such as High on the Hog and The White Lotus, that captivated audiences, including myself. And reality demonstrates that this has cast an unexpected, astute light on our current surroundings. Of course, there was Ted Lasso simply being Ted Lasso. There were also fantastic miniseries that captivated audiences, including myself, such as High on the Hog and The White Lotus. And reality shows that this has cast an unexpected, astute light on our current circumstances. Of course, there was Ted Lasso, who was just Ted Lasso. Number 10. Maid. Maid, like any other series that launched early this fall, was swallowed up by the Squid Game hype. But around the same time, a little drama with one hell of a story was lingering in Netflix's top 10. Margaret Qualley stars in the miniseries as a domestic abuse survivor attempting to leave her abusive relationship and create a livable life for herself and her child. Bonus points for including the underappreciated Andie MacDowell, Qualley's real-life mother. No recent series has shed such a thoughtful light on socioeconomic issues like these and the barriers to entry that plague millions of Americans attempting to better their lives. Number 9. What We Do in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows is one of those shows that everyone should watch, even if it isn't always at the top of the hot TV list. It doesn't star Kate Winslet, and it doesn't feature a gruesome murder or a cult, but after 3 seasons, you'd be hard-pressed to find a show with more heart, chemistry, and sharp writing. There are also laughs. What We Do in the Shadows will have you wishing you, too, shared a New York apartment with a dysfunctional group of hundreds-of-year-old vampires. Number 8. Ted Lasso. There has been online discourse about whether we can handle the heavy dose of optimism that Ted Lasso has to offer, but those fighting haven't been paying attention to what really matters. In other words, the show. If Season 1 was all about introducing us to eternal optimism, Season 2 was all about examining how superficial that kind of attitude is. Ted Lasso is a brave look at what it takes to be positive in our ever-worrying world, delving into topics like mental health and toxic masculinity. All you have to do sometimes is believe. Number 7. High on the Hog. Netflix's 4-part docuseries is some of the best food general TV content in years. Food writer and host Steven Satterfield perfectly paces the series as he traces the history of American gastronomy from West Africa to the United States. Critically, he allows those who know better than him to tell their own stories, adding important new perspectives to our shared history through the lens of food. Number 6. The Chair. The Chair, a Netflix original comedy starring Sandra Oh as the first female chair of an English department at a low-tier ID, is an outstanding, bite-sized comedy. The dark and biting series skewers the irreverence of college administrators who are disconnected from the world of their students. But it doesn't let its students go without making a snide remark about a generation that is more influenced by a social media post than actual action or facts. Number 5. The White Lotus. HBO summer miniseries, starring everyone, specifically Connie Britton, Steve Zahn, Natasha Rothwell, and others, is so well crafted that it's actually incredibly grating. The series, which takes place over a week in a Hawaiian resort, skewers both wokeness and the upper class, culminating in a shaky and unjust finale that, ironically, makes a bigger point than if justice had been served. Number 4, We're Here. Comparing Queer Eye and We're Here isn't fair, but I don't care. What the former does is acquaint non-LGBTQIA people with the LGBTQIA world. What We're Here has done brilliantly in its second season is to make its audience take a serious look at a part of the world they are unfamiliar with. It immerses them in it. The HBO docuseries, hosted by 3 drag queens, follows 3 subjects each episode as they try drag, often for the first time. It allows them and viewers to see a colorful side of the community that is rarely highlighted. Number 3, Squid Game. Netflix was bankrupted by a K-drama. The title, which follows a young man who enters a battle royale-style competition for $45.6 billion, has become one of the fall's most popular shows. In fact, of all time. The insane premise, the gruesome gore, the human nature at the heart of the madness. It's all part of what makes Squid Game such a memorable film. It also marks an incredible moment in American pop culture as, arguably, the moment when Korean pop culture and its power completely permeated the American TV space. Number 2, Mare of Easttown. Mare of Easttown, which premiered in mid-April, provided us with the authentic Pennsylvania accent we didn't know we needed. The series stars Kate Winslet as the steely titular mayor, and the plot revolves around a small town dealing with the aftermath of a brutal murder. While Winslet's character is dealing with this, she is also trying to keep her own life together. It's the actress's best performance in years. Number 1, WandaVision. Let me be clear, there is no show that better captures the past year than WandaVision. Following Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany in their roles as Wanda and Vision, respectively, what began as Marvel's first made-for-TV outing turned out to be a beautiful meditation on grief and sadness. Also, a huge nod to TV history. Beyond the surface-level accolades, WandaVision takes the top spot because it captured a piece of our humanity that we haven't been able to fully articulate on our own as we deal with these times. Following the events of Endgame, the show provides a glimpse into a society recouping from the collective grief of having lived, as it was known, ripped apart. We understand. We've lost people we care about. We were pushed through adversity. We buried our sorrows in the comfort of television, and at times, we distanced ourselves from the world we live in so that we could adequately care for ourselves. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to watch our video about the best modern Western TV shows.